Everybody, John with SP California Bushcraft. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be starting a brand new video series today on different types of food that you can carry with you when you either go hiking, camping, or bushcrafting, or if you're in an emergency scenario with a bug out kit. We're going to be looking at multiple types of food that you can either take with you onto the field that's easy to make. We're also going to be looking at foods that you can cook, and we're also going to be checking out freeze-dried foods, different types of freeze-dried foods. So you're going to love this new video series, so stick around. Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to be starting up a brand new video series today, and that video series is going to be based upon different types of food that you can carry out with you in the woods when it comes to either doing an overnight adventure or camp out, when it comes to camping out overnight adventures, when it comes to hiking, or when it comes to simply a bug out bag scenario. And we're going to be looking at different types of foods. We're also going to be looking at different recipes that you can obviously make at home, and you can actually bring out into the woods and do it out into the woods as well, as long as you have the correct items with you. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a great video to go ahead and work with, and this is going to be a fun series to do. And the first item that we're going to be looking at when it comes to food is an MRE. Now, there are a lot of videos out there on different types of MREs, and we're going to be testing out the food and the contents of this one. For this particular MRE, this is going to be a beef stew MRE. Now, a couple of good things that you can do with these MREs, besides carrying them with you, is that these are great companions to just pop into the back of your backpack, especially for a bug out scenario or even for a day hike of the scenario. But another item that you can also use, which we'll talk about later on in the future, is going to be like the Mountain House meals or some of the other meals that are ready to eat where you just need water. But for this particular instance, we're going to be talking about the MREs. Now, let's go ahead and pop the bag open, and let's have a look and see what's inside. That is if I can get the bag open. Jeez. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Now, one thing I do want to go ahead and mention, especially with these MRE bags, one of the things that these MRE bags do come in very handy for is that they do come in handy to carry water. So if you're in a scenario where you want to make extra water, you can actually use these MRE bags to carry water, and they do hold a very good amount of water. And these bags have been known to fill up a full 40-ounce clean canteen of water. And for more information as to how you can make a water storage system, especially if you're using a tarp shelter, or how you can carry water with these, I'm going to post a link to another channel that I've subscribed called Corporal's Corner. He does a lot of videos with these MREs and how to use these bags to make specifically water containers. So we're going to set that off to the side. So this is what comes with any MRE. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Very nice. I like the fact that they actually keep everything in a plastic bag. First thing we got, the beef stew. Could be the heater. Looks like we got a little clean kit here with some moist towelettes, beverage-based lemonade, Lighthouse, probably a cleaning cloth. I'm not sure what this one is. I'm assuming maybe salt and pepper. Next thing we got here, pretzel nuggets. Tasty. Nuts and rations. Peanut butter. Chocolate hazelnut cocoa. Wow. Snack bread. Nice. Apple jelly. Utensil. Pepper sauce. Pepper sauce. Not a big fan of it, but okay. Still. Yeah. And of course, the flameless heater. Want to keep that in the bag. Appears to come with some what do you call it? Magnesium. Little magnesium packets on the inside of it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to hold the magnesium on the bag. I'm going to stick this guy back into the heater here. Then what we're going to do is going to pour the water Hopefully I'm doing this right. First time I've ever actually used one of these things, so please forgive me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. I'm not going to fill it up all the way. Oop, darn it. Ah, darn it again. Ah, I got it on my leg. And I overfilled it. Trying out to see if it works. Now, I know that the MREs.com, sorry about the video earlier guys, but my video had died out. Now I know that the MREs do come with a flameless heater, but even if one of the things though is that it does come in the flameless heater is that it does have the magnesium, and what you can go ahead and do is you can actually use that to make a fire in an emergency pinch. So I'm going to try that in the bag for right now. Let's see what that does and see if it helps us in any way. And if it does make a difference, we'll see if it kind of cooks up the food. But if it doesn't work out, then I do have a pot with me that I can obviously use to go ahead and whip up the food in. Well, I just got to make a fire. But while we're waiting for that one, let's go ahead and try a couple of these other items here. Let's see here. What do we want to start with? How about the pretzel nuggets? Not bad. Very good. Now I know some people go crazy about watching other people eat, so I definitely don't want to put you guys through that. So bring you back once these are done. So I just finished eating the first stage of the meals, and that was the pretzel bits. And as I was eating this, I was reading the instructions on the coffee mix here. One of the things that I did actually notice on the coffee mix is that you do need some hot water to make the cocoa, but you can actually drink right out of the packet. So I'm getting the fire going right now to boil some water so I can go ahead and try this with the cocoa. Now next thing we're going to go ahead and try here is we're going to go ahead and try the nut mix. Now one other thing I did forget to mention here too as well is that if you're not using the MRE bag as a water container, what you can go ahead and do is to use it as a trash bag, especially if you're worried about critters. That's why it's always good. It's always nice to have a dry bag with you. And what you can do is take some duct tape and tape the seal, and this will be your little trash bag. Not a bad idea, to be honest with you. Alright, next thing we're going to try, let's go ahead and try the raisins. The nut mix. Looks pretty simple. Raisins, peanuts, some good stuff. Very good. I'm going to head in through the stream behind my hat here so that way I can there we go. I'll be able to see you guys better. That way it doesn't interfere so much. The water's just about boiled though for the cocoa mix. That'll definitely be the next thing to try out now. Now let's see here. Allow water to chemically purify. Air pouch open. Okay, and then you open the zipper, pour the mix in, mix it up, and it's ready to go. Okay, piece of cake. So, yeah, we'll definitely try the cocoa mix next before we move on to the bread here. And the primary meal, which is the beef stew, is still cooking. So now, so far when it comes to the MREs, now when the MRE first thing that came in when it was the bread that we had was the pretzels, and then obviously the nut mix, and both of those were very, very delicious. They tasted good. They had some good flavors. Not to mention, they're really good on the stomach. Now, the other thing that we're waiting on right now is we're still waiting for the beef stew to finish. I don't know if it's going to be ready, but I think I may have screwed it up. If I did, well, that's okay. I'm learning as I go, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to go and check out the water here for the cocoa mix, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so right now I've got the cocoa pretty much almost complete now. And I gotta say though, I mean, for a little bag like this does work very well when it comes to keeping my hand nice and warm, especially when it comes to the cocoa. I mean, this is truly a good idea. Now, I ran into a little bit of an issue with the beef, with making the beef stew in the flameless heater. I obviously didn't do it right when I put it together, and that was totally my fault. So I'm not going to cut that. I'm definitely going to keep that in the video, because you know what, if you make a mistake, there's gotta be people out there that are willing to tell you like what you did wrong, so that way you can obviously learn from that mistake. Now, needless to say, let's give this a shot here. You know what, the cocoa's pretty good actually. Very good. Very good. Gonna save some of that with the beef stew I'm gonna have for breakfast this morning, because I haven't eaten breakfast. But still, this little bag, especially if you're mixing up, if you're in a situation where it's really cold, this is definitely a good thing to have, because it keeps your hands nice, because you can rub your hands along it. And what that does is that makes your hands nice and warm. Looks like it's just about ready. So I'm gonna go and check it out. So So I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I'm back with you. Beef stew's ready. Just nice chunks of the meat though. Ooh, that's hot. Mmm. 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 Some good chunks of vegetables in there too, as well as the meat. Now granted, this can be done with the flame of cedar, but I screwed that up completely. So what I ended up doing was that my canteen system comes with the bush pot from Self-Reliance Outfitters. So I went ahead and used that to boil me up some water. Boil me up some water for the cocoa, for one. Two, so I can go in and mix the beef stew in a little bit more. Now, truth be told, if you know how to use it, if you know how to use the flame of cedars, this could honestly make this pretty good as well. You can eat directly out of that bag. But if you don't, and you have a pot handy, it works. So I'm gonna finish eating so that you guys don't have to watch me eat. And I'll bring you right back next. So as I'm finishing up eating the beef stew, I decided to go ahead and open the little accessory packet, see what else was in it. And surprisingly enough, there's actually a couple of other items. There was some idolized salt, which if I had known about, I could have thrown that into this. That's okay, no big deal. And it also comes with some cloths and some napkins. Good way to blow your nose, and not to mention wipe your hands. And again, you got the beverage lemonade, so got some water left over in this plastic canteen here, in this Nalgene bottle. I'm gonna pour this in and mix it in and try that. And I found out what these two little guys are. I keep thinking there's some kind of, maybe it's like a medication, but it's not. It's actually chewing gum. So that is a great thing to have. And of course, got a moist towelette to clean up your hands, especially if they're dirty. Now, truth be told, I am not a huge fan of lemonade, but you know what? Wise man once said, beggars can't be choosers. Do what you got. With what you got. By the way, the hot cocoa pouch that comes in this MRE, very tasty. Very, very tasty. Actually, this is actually Kleenex, not napkins, but still, does help. That looks pretty good. Wow, check out the bubbles in there. drop the Kleenex. Alright, let's give it a try. Smells good. Actually, that is not bad at all. Just the right amount of flavor and the right amount of sugar. You can taste the sugar just a little bit, but not a lot. Alright, so I'm going to do some cleanup here a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and go through the last item. That's going to be the bread, peanut butter, and the jelly. Stick around. So I've gone ahead and take the bread out of the package, and as you can see, it's a pretty good sized piece of bread. What I'm going to go ahead and just break it up into kind of like quarters here. I'm just picking up around here just a little bit. You know what? That's okay. Now to take a little taste of the apple jelly. Pretty good. Peanut butter is just as tasty. Combination of the peanut butter and the bread definitely gives it a good flavor, and the jelly. Bread's actually a good sized piece of bread. Butter's perfect, the peanut butter's perfect, and the jelly is just superb. Now, one thing I could have done differently with this is that instead of breaking it into quarters like I did, I could have broken it in half, but this is actually a bit better. Very good. So I'm going to finish eating, and when I'm done I'll give you my overall thoughts of the whole thing. So stick around for a bit. Later. So what are my overall impressions of this MRE kit? Of this particular MRE? Truthfully, I liked it. I mean, I screwed up when I tried to use the flameless heater with the beef stew, but lucky for me, I had an extra pot available, so I was able to warm up the beef stew and that pretty quickly. I like all the contents in which the food came with. I mean, especially with the peanut butter and the apple jelly and the jelly. I mean, it's a very good. It does come with a very, very good amount. The cocoa, or the beverage, initially, is excellent, most excellent. Tastes very good, and it's a great way to warm your hands up, especially if it's cold outside, especially if you're in a climate where it's always freezing. The lemonade, which I still have some left, well, not anymore, but still, very, very good, very good. Now, overall impressions, again, I like it. I liked it. The MRE does come in handy for emergency situations, for a bug out scenario. Would I carry this with me as part of a bushcraft kit if I was going on an overnight adventure? And I would say, yeah, probably. Just because of, one, if I don't have anything I want to bring with me, or if I don't feel like cooking something, I can just throw this in my pack and leave most of my cooking utensils at home that I usually bring with me in another dry bag. Now, the one thing I do recommend, though, is that if you do decide that you want to use this as a water container, my one recommendation is that you keep a large Ziploc bag with you in your kit, so that way you can throw all of the trash here into that Ziploc bag, and when you find a place that has a trash can, you can just throw that bag into the trash can and not this bag, because you can use this obviously for drinking water. What's the overall price? I bought a 4-pack of these, so there's 3 other ones I'm going to be testing now, and if I like them, I'm definitely going to buy some more. And so far, I definitely do like them. They come in handy, so I'm looking forward to testing out the other ones. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of this MRE. Look for other videos to come up soon in this cooking series, as we're going to go ahead and do a couple of other videos where we can actually cook some homemade meals out there in the bush. So stay tuned for that. As always, thank you always for watching. I appreciate your views, your comments, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. Please like, share, and subscribe this video if you like it. And also, too, I appreciate your views and your comments and your support. And I thank you very much for joining my channel, and I thank you very much for watching this video. Stay safe, be well, enjoy the outdoors, get out there, it's a beautiful world, strength and honor, and as always, take care out there. Bye.